I want to welcome you again to another episode of Cooking with Sharon. Today we're going to tell you what to do with the leftovers from last week's episode. We have some asparagus, some mushrooms, and today we're going to make you an asparagus and mushroom soup that is so creamy and so rich without even using milk. So, it can be even served cold or warm. You choose which one you like the most, and let me tell you something. This recipe is something you'll love. Okay, so once again, we have all of our ingredients here laid out in front of us. We have chopped garlic in water, a little bit of olive oil, chicken stock in the back. We also have fresh parsley and basil chopped, the leftover asparagus from last week, the leftover mushrooms, but I also added a little bit of red onion to the mix to help make the flavors come all out. We also have our thyme, black pepper, and that seems to be about it. Over here, I have this here on a sheet tray. These are regular Carr's crackers, and I'm going to throw them in the oven just for a few minutes to melt the cheese on top of the Carr's cracker. Also, a little trick that I've learned a lot is that living alone here in Manhattan, it's hard to buy things in small quantities. So, I went to my local deli, and I said to my guy behind the deli counter, I said, listen, I need like 3 strips of bacon. I don't want a full package, give me 3 strips. He gives me 3 strips of bacon and call it a day. He's awesome. Always become friends with your deli guy. In just a few moments, we're going to start putting this all together for a nice light simmer. Alright, here we go. We're going to use a touch of olive oil. Just a touch. Alright? Just keep that pan nice and wet here. Let's turn on our front burner. Let's get our pan really nice and hot, okay, before we start adding any ingredients. Alright, now that our pan is nice and hot, and how you can tell it's hot is when you move the oil through the pan, it just moves so easy. You see that? Love that when it does that. That means your pan's nice and hot and ready for some ingredients. Okay, let's throw our asparagus in. There we go. Then we're going to throw in our mushrooms that are left over and our onions. Alright. Now it looks very similar to last week's dish, but you know what? It's amazing what this blender is going to do to this. And when it's all cooked and through, you're going to absolutely fall in love with this. We're going to put our tablespoon of salt, because you always salt your vegetables. But listen, don't over-salt, because if you over-salt and you're using chicken stock, the soup will get way too salty. So let's just do a little bit at a time, okay? We're going to start off with a tablespoon. A little bit of black pepper. Some dried thyme. Always pinch your dried herbs if you're going to add them to a dish, alright? Why? You all know why, because it wakes them up a little bit. Alright. We're going to add our chopped garlic in water. Oh, it smells so damn good. Damn, it's good. Alright, then you're going to take your fresh herbs, okay? Your fresh herbs are right here. I already mixed them all together. It's parsley, it's basil, and it's chopped up real fine. Also, take a look at these other vegetables that I put in the pot today. If you realize the asparagus is actually chopped, not in long pieces or anything like that. You want to cook it so it's smaller, so it takes less time to cook when it's in the pan, okay? Don't leave your asparagus whole, keep them small. So when you're cooking them, right before pureeing them, you're going to be really, really happy with your product. Here we go. We're going to add our other fresh herbs in. Oh, I wish you could smell this. I love the smell of thyme when it's, oh, I love it so much, you have no idea. We're going to add our 1 small container of chicken stock into the pan. The whole thing, please. Now we're going to let that come to a simmer, and I'll show you that when that starts. We're going to let it come to a simmer, we're going to cook our vegetables through, and you'll see the ending product. Okay, we're going to come over here to our crostinis with the little cracker, okay? We're going to take this and put it in a 300-degree oven. Here we go. For no longer than about, say, 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, you see this beautiful simmer that we brought this to? Let those vegetables cook in that chicken stock, let that flavor go through it. Now we're going to taste it. You always want to taste throughout your meal. If you don't taste, you never know what the finished product's going to be like. And the flavors need to be they need to be a symphony in your mouth. You need to get excited about what you're doing. So in the middle of it, you want to taste some of your broth. You want to taste it, don't you? Too bad you can't. I'm on TV and you're not. Hold on, let's go. Ooh, that's good. But you know what? I think it needs something a little bit sweet. I have an idea. I have some extra Marsala wine that I have left over from when I made a Marsala chicken the other night, and I'm going to add that to my recipe. Something new. We're going to try something new. So let's pour a little bit in there. Oop, that's good. That's good. That's not like a crazy. Now that's going to bring the temperature of your pan down a little bit. So let's bring that back up to a simmer in just a few minutes, okay? And we'll be right back. Okay, now let's try it again. I want you to taste it. Make sure you taste every flavor of that broth. Take your time with it, okay? Hold on one second. Here we go. Holy shit, that was a good idea. Okay, it's now time to take these crostinis out of the oven. Ooh, look at that. Nice toasted. Good look. You know what? We're going to put those back in for a few minutes. I want my cheese a little bit more melted. Okay, it seems that these are ready to come out of the oven. Let's put these aside to cool. Okay, we can turn off the oven. Look at these beautiful little crispers. It's a regular Carr's cracker with some Parmesan cheese melted across the top. This is our asparagus simmering on the stove right now. Look how beautiful it is. We're going to take this and we're going to turn off the heat. Our vegetables should be tender to the tooth, and we'll be right back because we're going to put those right into a blender and put it on puree. Hold on one second. As you can see, I put all of our ingredients that were in the pan into my blender. Now, please take note of a few things. If you don't have a glass blender, do not put it in a plastic one. This is hot product going into a glass container. This is a really good blender that my friend Jose, shout out to Jose, gave me years ago when I was poor as hell. And he said, you need a blender? He gave me this blender. It's a KitchenAid blender and I love it. I'm going to set this sucker on puree. Let's go here. Puree. On. Puree. And we're going to blend this all together. And you want this to keep working and working and working. You want a nice good puree. This blender is going to bring this down to no color but green. In a few minutes, I'll be right back. A few things you need to understand is that it may look like this in the middle of it. Now that's obviously too thick. If I'm seeing the blade in the bottom, which I can, it's going to be too thick. And that's why I have this extra container of what? Chicken stock to loosen it up a little bit. We'll be right back when we add some more of that chicken stock inside and blend it up together a little bit. Okay, here we go. Let's add a little bit of chicken stock in. Only a little bit at a time, folks. Please do not overdo on the chicken stock. I'm using unsalted this time because I don't want any more salt in it. So please, use a little bit of chicken stock that's unsalted and we'll add to it a little bit at a time. Okay, I just got very excited. It's the most perfect consistency that I could ever want in my soup. So, you all are experiencing something that is phenomenal. So take a look at this. This is not easy to do through a camera lens. Here we go. Let's pour this right into this pan. Oh, look how beautiful that is. We'll be right back. I'm going to scrape this blender out because I really want every ounce of that. Be right back. Okay, folks, this is your soup. And when I tell you it's out of this world, it is out of this world. The flavors, the herbs, the mushrooms made it nice and thick and creamy. The asparagus is gorgeous. You can taste every single item inside this soup. And it's outrageous. And a little bit of Marsala wine to die for. In just a second, we're going to plate this dish. And you're going to get so excited about how it looks when you have guests come over for dinner and you serve this to them. My grandma upstairs on the 6th floor is going to have this tonight for dinner. I'm bringing this up to her. This is for you, Harlem Grandma. You're going to enjoy this soup today, guys. If you try this at home, you will be orgasmically happy for the rest of your life. Okay, check this out. We've taken one of our little crackers. We put that on a slant on the side of the bowl. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this crispy bacon that my wonderful deli guys hooked me up with today. Place it right on top. Look at this. Oh my God! I can't wait to eat this. You guys, if you try this at home, enjoy it. You'll love it. The pepper, the salt, the basil, the parsley, the thyme. You will love this dish more than I do. No, that's not possible. Try this at home, folks. You'll really enjoy it. Once again, thank you so much for cooking with Charon. Have a great day. Next week, we're going to be cooking my mom's homemade marinade and fried meatballs. I hope you guys join me and have a great day.